So in the last lecture, we saw the example of this drawing a pie chart. Okay, we just saw the example of that chocolate, vanilla, and other flavors. 50% chocolate, 25% vanilla, and 25% other flavors. So we divided a circle, which is known as a pie chart, or a what was the other name? Pie chart and I think circle graph. Okay, so we divided a pie chart in to represent this data: chocolate 50%, vanilla 25%, and other flavor 25%. So 50% of the area we simply given to chocolate. Okay, and out of this 50%, 25% to vanilla and 25% to others. So this was easy. Now let us represent this data in pie chart. So this is the process of how we will represent the data in the pie chart. So the total angle at the center of the circle is 360 degree. We know that whenever we draw a circle, the total angle at the center is 360 degree. 360 degree. So we just divide this angle proportionally. So 50% of the area is for chocolate. So 50% of 360 is 180 degree, and for vanilla it is 25%, or 25% of 360. 25% of 360 degree is 90 degree, and for other flavor it will be 90 degree. 25% of 360, that will be 1 by 4th of 360, that will be 90. So to represent the first one, that is chocolate 50%, we have to draw 180 degree inside a circle. So this is our circle. So first we will mark a 0, that is center, then we will draw any radius 0 to O to A, that is first radius we have drawn. Okay, now from this radius we will draw a protector. Using protector we will draw mark an angle of 180 degrees. So we will just put our protector, हिंदी में जिसको चांद भी बोलते हैं हमारे यहाँ कई जगह पर. You can tell in your area what you call what we call protector in Hindi, or maybe what you call protector in Tamil or Telugu. Okay, so this type of instrument you saw in see in your math geometry box. Here 90 degree, here it's 180 degree. So by 180 degree you mark here and you draw a line. So your first area, this will be 180 degree, will be for chocolate. Okay, then next to it you will have to mark 90 degree and 90 degree. In the remaining area you have to mark 90 degree and 90 degree. Okay, so you will first place your protector this side and mark 90 degree and match this line. So this area will be for vanilla, and this area will be for other flavor. Okay, and this area will be for chocolate 50%. So 50%, 25%, 25%. In terms of degree, 50% you get 180 degree. In terms of degree, the 25% is 90 degree, and this one is also 25%, it is 90 degree. So our next example. Next example, in the adjoining pie chart, figure 4.4, the expenditure. Okay, this pie chart, that is figure 4.4, represents expenditure in percentage. So percentage wise expenditure of a family is shown on various items and saving of a family during a month. So various its complete expenditure and saving is shown by percentage. Now on which item expenditure was maximum. So the area which will be maximum occupied will be that maximum expenditure area. So food is going to be having maximum expenditure on which item is equal to total saving of the family. So total saving of the family is 15%. Now we have to find which item is equal to 15%, that is expenditure on item equal to total saving. So 15% total saving. Now we have to find any such items that is having 15% values. So what this education on children is having 15% value. If the monthly saving of the family is 3000, what is the monthly expenditure on clothes? So the monthly saving of family is 3000. So what will be the expenditure on clothes? Okay, now we have to find this. So suppose monthly expenditure is 15,000. So 15% is equal to 15% of some values, that is total expenditure. Okay, suppose this man is getting X as total amount, is getting rupees X as total amount. So out of rupees X, he is, how much percentage he is saving? 15% of X he is saving. Okay, so the value of X will, so 15% of X, 15% of X is actually, 15% of X is actually how much? Is 3000. 3000. Okay, so from here we will reduce 15 by 100. X is 3000. So X is going to be 3000 into 1000 into 100 by 15, 200. So his total income is going to be 20,000. X total income is going to be 20,000. Now we have to find monthly expenditure on clothes. So monthly expenditure on clothes is 10%. 10% of his total income. So 10% of his total income is how much? 20,000. Of 20,000, that is going to be simply rupees 2,000. Easy. Okay, it is 2,000. Now next example, example 2. On a particular day, the sales in rupees on different items of a baker's shop is given below. Okay, so here is the on a particular day, the sales of a baker's shop is given below. Ordinary bread he sold of rupees 320, fruit bread he sold of rupees 80, cakes and pastries he sold of rupees 120, biscuits he sold of rupees uh, 120, and others item he sold of rupees 40. Total his sale is 720. Now draw a pie chart out of these data. Out of this data, you have to draw a pie chart. So total sale is 720. So your complete the pie chart. The 360 degree will represents 720 degree. So 720 rupees 720 rupees 720. So 1 degree will represents rupees 720 by 360, that is 2 degree, rupees 2, rupees 2, that is rupees 2. So 1 degree will indicates rupees 2. So now we have to find that for 320 degree, how much degree of that circle will be proportional. So for rupees 2, for rupees 2, the degree proportional is 1. So for rupees 1, for rupees 1, the degree that is proportional is 1 degree by 2. Okay, 0.5 degree approximately. Rupees 1 represents 0.5 degree. So rupees 320 will represent 320 by 2, that is 160 degree. So rupees 80 will represent just half it, 40 degree. Rupees 160 will represent 80 degree. Rupees 120 will represent 60 degree. Rupees 40 will represent 20 degree. Okay. If you will add all these degrees, 160 plus 40 plus 80 plus 60 plus 20, how much they should be equal to complete circle, that is 360. Now check it out. 160 plus 40, that is 200. 200 plus 80, that is 280. 280 plus 60. 280 plus 60, that is 340. 340 plus 20, that is 360. That I am saying. So in how the example has been solved, at more basic level you will say ordinary bread sale is rupees 320. In terms of fraction, the total sale is 720, so it will be on denominator. So 320 by 740, that is 4 by 9 in terms of fraction. So 4 by 9 of, in terms of degree, central angle, 4 by 9 of 360, that is 160 degree. I have simplified simply just on the basis of 720 will represent 360 degree. So 1 rupees will represents 360 degree by 7 will represent 360 by 720 degree, that is 1 by 2 degree. And in this exam in this method they have more simplified it. Okay, they first find out the fraction in terms of, and then that use the fraction for conversion of degree. They just multiplied this fraction with 360 degree. Others, for example, others rupees 40. So 40 is in terms of fraction, we will divide it by 720. So it will be 1 by 18. Now 1 by 18, this is fraction. When you convert this fraction to degree, so 360 degree का 1 by 18th करेंगे तो 20 आया. Now we will make a pie chart. So here the pie chart is made. Okay. So ordinary bread is representing 160 degree, biscuit is representing 60 degree, cakes and pastries 80 degree, and fruits bread 40 degree, and others 20 degree. So how will we draw? So you will first draw a circle. Okay, by taking a center you will draw a circle. Then you will mark here this something OA or something radius. Now using this radius you will first draw ordinary braid for 160 degrees. Okay, so you will place your protector, then measure 160 degree and draw a line. This will be your ordinary bread. Okay, after that you have biscuit. You have biscuit for 60 degrees. So you will place your protector now here. Again, this is your 160 degree. Now you will place your protector here and you will mark 60 degree from this one, 60 degree. So something like this will be your biscuit. Now from here again again you will have to find for cakes and pastries. So that is 80 degree. So you will place your, how much this degree has been become 160 plus 180, that is 220. 220 you have already covered. Okay, now from here you will place your protector here and you will measure something 80 degree. Okay, you will measure something 80 degree here, 80 degree. Then again fruits and bread, you will place your protector here and mark 40 degree, and for others 20 degree will be left. So in this way you will make the pie chart. Draw a pie charts for the given data below. So data is sleep is 8 hours, school is 26 hour, homework is 4 hours play is 4 hours and others is 24 hours. So in a day, how many hours are there? There are 24 hours. Okay. So you have to convert 8 hour in terms of fraction. So 8 by 24, 8 by 24, that will be 1 by 3. Now 1 by 3, you have to convert into angle. So you will find 1 by third of 360 degree, that will be 120 degree. Similarly, for 6 hour, you will 6 by 24, that will be 1 by fourth. So 1 by fourth of 360 degree will be 1 by fourth of 360 degree will be 90 degree. So 90 degree you will get for 120 degree for sleep, 90 degree for uh, school. Okay, for homeworks 4 hour, so 4 by 6 into 360, that will be sorry, 4 by 24. So 6, it will be 60 degree, 60 degree. So for school homework you are getting 60 degree. For play 4 hours same, you will get 60 degree. Okay, and for others 2 hours, so it will be half of 60 degree, that will be 30 degrees. So if you add these degrees, if you add these degrees, there should be 360 degree. Okay, so let us try. 120 plus 90, that is 210. 210 plus 60, that is 270. 270 plus 60, that is 330. 330 plus 30, that is 360. So you are getting 360 degree. So how will we draw the pie chart? So first, to draw the pie chart, what you will do, uh, I'm unable to erase it. So to draw the pie chart, what you will have to do? So you have to show these angles. So these angle 120, 90, 60, 60 and 30 to represent these activities. So you will draw, first of all you will draw a circle. Okay, then you will find, just represents any uh, radius, and you will represents its radius. Then you have to draw 120 degrees. So 120 degree will be slightly more than, so by using protector you will represent this 120 degree, and the 120 degree will represent 120 degree will represent this thing. I think I say the sleep. 120 will represent the sleep. Okay, then school 90 degree. From here you will place your protector something like this. Okay, and then measure 90 degree from this. So it will be come something around like this. Okay, 90 degree. So this 90 degree will represent this school time. Then 4 hours the 60 degree. Then you will again place your protector something like on this line. Okay, your protector will be on this line. Will be kept on this line. Your protector will kept on this line, and here, from here you will find 60 degree. Okay, 60 degree. So this 60 degree will represents your homework time. Then you will place your projector something like this. On this line you will place it. Then again you will find 60 degree. So this 60 degree will be representing your play. Then you will be left with just 30 degree. So 120 plus 90 plus 60 plus 60, that will be complete circle of 360 degree. Okay. next, think and discuss and write. Which form of graph would be appropriate to display the following data? Okay, so we have to choose which form of graph. Which form of graph? So we have learned graph called bar chart or pie chart. So pie chart. So in this production of food grains of states. Okay, so year wise. So year wise is simple. We have to just use bar chart. It will be more helpful. We will represent year here 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, this way, and production in lakh ton. So we will 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. है ना? So for 2001, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So we will just draw a bar here. Okay, for 2002, it is 50. So it will be uh, here, 10 down. So we will draw a bar here. For 2003, it is 70. So 10 up. So it will be on this one. So in this way, we have to draw bar chart. Okay. Next example, choice of food for group of people. So it is better to show it is in the form of a pie chart. So total number of person is fixed. So 120 total number of fixed. So 120 will represent 360 degree. So one person will represent 360 by 120, that is 3 degree. Okay, so 30% will represent 90 degree. 40% will represent 40 into 3, that is 120 degree. 25%, 25 into 3, that is 75 degree. Again 75 degree. Okay, so if we will add up, this should give us how much? 360 degree. Let's check it out. 90 plus 120, that is 210. 210 and 75 plus 75, that is 150. So 210 plus 150, that is 360 degree. So we will simply represent this in the form of pie chart. How? We will first draw a circle, then draw a radius. Okay, then we will represents 90 degree for using protector for North Indians. Okay, then we'll place our protector something like this, and then find 120 degree something like this. So this area will be represented by South Indians. Okay, then next 25 and 25. So we have already done 90 plus 120, that is 210. 210 degree we have completed. So next, the degree left will be 360 minus 210, that will be 150. 150 should be divided into 75 into 75. So just we will place our protector something like this degree and draw 75 degree. Okay, draw 75 degree. So this area of 75, and the left will be also 75 degree. So in this way we can represent this data using pie chart. Okay, so next one, daily income of a group of a factory. Daily income of a group of a factory workers. So there is a group of factory workers and their daily income is shown. Okay, so daily income 75 to, so there are 45 45 workers having income in this range, 35 workers having income in this range, 55 workers having income in this range. So total number of worker here is fixed. So better we should represent this in the form of pie chart. So 480 480 should represent 360 degree. So one will represent daily income of rupees, one will represent 360. Wait, something, there is something to be understood here. So you see here daily income of a group of a factory workers. Daily income of a group of factory workers is shown on this side. So to represent this data, for example, daily income in 75 to 75 to 100 is what number of workers coming here is 45. For 100 and 125, 35 workers. For 125 to 150 rupees, 55 workers. So you can draw a graph representing something